So typically when someone is struggling to find a relationship or even continue with a relationship, there's a couple blocks that I see that I want to talk about today just to bring up the awareness of it. Um, but main thing is when you are afraid of settling or afraid of being stuck in marriage, uh, your openness and your ability to actually connect with someone is extremely affected. You're not able to you're not able to really open up and see the human that you're talking to for who they really are. Your brain is, because it has that deep fear, it kind of looks for reasons of why this is not going to work and it's going to escape as a protective mechanism. So oftentimes when I work with clients who tell me this story, like, I just I really find it hard to find someone, or I find it hard to find someone that I'm attracted to, and that's their main story. Two things. When you're operating from that story, that's what your brain looks for, and that you're just not attracted to anyone. And the second thing is, even if you do find someone semi whatever, it's hard to connect with them because your brain is afraid, well, what if I'm settling? What if I get stuck in marriage and I can't get leave and this and that? And if that's the main driving thing, your whole nervous system is stuck in like, this is not going to work. Let's leave. Let's find a way to not make this work. So how does that work? You end up sabotaging. You end up being stressed out. End up doing things that you don't normally do as a secure person outside of a relationship. So it kind of reinforces the same exact thing that you were afraid of, which is, no one really wants me. No one, or not no one wants me, but I'm not going to find the love that I'm looking for. And because when we say I'm afraid of being stuck, what you're imagining is a scenario in marriage where you don't feel connected to the other person and you feel like you're not receiving love, you're not receiving any connection, love, feeling any love or connection, and then you're just like, I can't do anything about it, and you just get stuck because you're too afraid to leave, you're too afraid to do anything. You're just like, I so that fear, because it's so intense, it blocks any connection in the beginning. So I just wanted to bring it up. I just want to say it real quick because I've seen it way too much to the point where it's masked under the this story of I don't find people attractive, or I can't find any good people, any good women, any good men. Um, but really the story is like they're actually truly afraid of being vulnerable and connecting and feeling like predicting that they won't be accepted for who they truly, truly, truly deeply is and are, and feeling like they're not gonna, something's gonna get really messed up in the marriage because of them. So it's kind of flipped on like, no, I don't find them attractive when the reality is they're just afraid of vulnerability and all of that. Um, so alhamdulillah, I find this like to be very common with a lot of men, and also there's many women who go through this as well. And the solution to this is, first of all, when if your brain is so focused on what if I'm settling, you want to ask, slow yourself and ask, what does that mean to settle? Compromise, what does it mean to compromise? What does it mean to settle? Right? My definition of settling is going against your values, going against something that is important in a relationship. So respect, connection, what's it called? Empathy, all of that. If someone doesn't have that and I go for them, that means I'm settling. It's like that risk, that values aspect. But if someone, like, let's say in the looks department isn't exactly what I want, that's not called settling. That's just like, this is life. This is how life works. Or um, you're still attracted to them. But settling, the fear of settling is more about if something goes against your values. Now, what people are kind of refer to when they think of settling, in their mind, they're thinking, if I settle, that means I'm going to be stuck in a marriage that I don't want to be in. And then I'm going to have to stick it to it and I'm going to be miserable for the rest of my life. But they have this very generic, like vague idea of settling. They don't understand how long-term relationships work. Because when you get into a marriage, you're gonna have phases where it's gonna be very low and boring and not attractive, and you stick through it anyway, and then you go back up and go back down. And it's like it's there's phases to it. And so those moments are going to come. It's more about who do I want to have those moments with? Who do I want to have all the moments of life with, even when we get like in a really low moment in our marriage and it feels really hard and we're struggling and um, it just feels unbearable sometimes, but who do I want to be with during that time? Who do I want to do that with? And you want to choose someone that it's easy to do that with. Not easy as in like that moment is easy, but someone that doesn't go against your values, that doesn't disrespect you or actually listens to you or tries to be empathetic to you during those times together, because you're creating a partnership during the, for the whole journey, and you're gonna go down those really low moments together. That's what actually matters. So there's no such thing as like, what if I get stuck and that's it? Like, what if I just reach a point in my marriage where I don't love him and he doesn't love me and we're just stuck? Like you're gonna have moments like that. You're gonna have moments where you feel disconnected and you don't really feel connected at all. And this is what marriage is. There's so many books on this. We're not taught this stuff. We're not taught how marriage actually is. We just assume it's gonna be always connected and sparks all the time. And even if the lowest moments we feel like we'll still be okay, but there are moments where it's gonna be really hard. It's gonna challenge you on so many levels. At the end of the day, you want to do it with someone that you actually want to like be be low with, struggle with. The solution is, how can I be okay with the lows and highs of being in a relationship? What is the worst thing that I'm afraid of that I feel like I can't handle? So if I told you it's normal to feel disconnected sometimes in the marriage, you're gonna have seasons like that. It's okay. What is something that you absolutely can't tolerate? Okay. For example, I cannot tolerate being disrespected to a point where he doesn't care about me at all. And he, like, he neglects or this. Okay, good. So look for a man who is empathetic and who has a good heart. Same thing with the woman's side. I want a woman I can be open with and vulnerable with and feel safe with. Okay, good. Look for that safety. Look for that when you're having a conversation. Are you able to open up and feel safe in the conversation? That those qualities usually they don't go away. Those are the core qualities that matter no matter what comes up in marriage. Okay, I feel safe even if we're in the lowest of low. I know that he's not just going to get up and go. Or a woman, same thing with the woman, right? If uh she's someone who has a good heart, she's willing to listen, she's supportive. Though that's what matters. Those are the qualities that stick. And when I say find someone you want to struggle with, that's the someone you want to struggle with who has those qualities. So the struggle doesn't feel so unbearable that you can't handle it. And so, inshallah, I hope that makes sense. And inshallah, I'll see you in the next video.